Florida won the toss, and they have elected to receive. The small amount of wind is going into their faces. Here's the kick by Tim Mastay. It heads to the right side. Brandon James keeps it inbounds and heads right. Gets a couple of blocks. Watch out, he can go. And he does out to the 36-yard line.
We have a chance to do something that's never been done around here, but we need to stay focused. Guys, we're about to find out how much all this distraction has had effect on this team.
First down and 10. Tebow out of the spread, hands it to Harvin. He starts right, cuts back left. Harvin opens in the backfield, the wide receiver, and the lineups are presented by Applebee's. The sophomore Tim Tebow, 1,455 yards, 13 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions, and a gaudy 500 yards. Up front, Watkins, Tart, Miller, Pouncey, and Carlton Metter. Caldwell is back in the lineup. Murphy, Harvin, Keyston Moore, and Ingram join him. Second down and 8. Keyston Moore gets the handoff, bounces to the outside, and loses a yard. Braxton Kelly, number 56, one of the heroes of last week's win with the tackle. Defensively for the Wildcats, under coordinators Steve Brown, Jarman, Peters, Pryor, and Lewis up front. Kelly, we just mentioned, had the key stop on 4th down. Woodyard is the leading tackler in the SEC. And in the secondary, it'll be Adams, McClinton, missed last week, Cobb, and maybe the best of the bunch, Trevard Lindley. Harvin again in the backfield. Comes left. On 3rd down, here's Tebow. Incomplete. 4th down, 3 and out. That was intended for Andre Caldwell.
Part of the strategy that Kentucky's going to use is to drop a defensive tackle. Watch right here, middle of your screen. It's going to be Corey Peters, number 91. Takes the block, backs up right into the throwing lane, and that caused Tebow to throw that ball a little off target.
That brings on Chaz Henry, and DeMario Ford is deep. Here's a note. Florida has not had a punt returned for a single yard. Not a single punt. There's a fair catch. So that record remains intact. They are the only school in Division I who has not allowed a punt return yard this year. That's a 40-yard punt to run his number to 4 up front. These guys really performed well against LSU. And you've got Burton, Dixon, Connor, Tammy, the tight end, and Steve Johnson, who caught the winning pass last week. First down and 10.
Looky here, empty, first play. That's Florida's usual formation.
Yes, it is. Tony Dixon, the running back, will split wide right. Here's the pass to the left side. Dickie Lyons, the junior, who opens as a slot receiver. For the second week, they go with 3 wideouts. Here's Harvey, Estepinen, McMillan, and Cunningham. The linebackers for the Gators, Jones, Spikes, and Doe. And the secondary, Pierre-Louis, Wright, Joyner, and Joe Haden. 2 freshmen in that secondary. There's the handoff left side. It goes to Tony Dixon, and that will leave the Wildcats looking at 3rd and short.
I think the strategy here for Kentucky to offset the speed of the front 7 for Florida will be to utilize a lot of quick screens. Kentucky's a screen team, but last week they did not feature it against LSU. I think they'll come back to that screen game early.
3rd and 1. Tony Dixon is the only running back. Here's the audible. Rich Brooks estimated that Woodson changed plays 50% of the time last week. Right side, Dixon, first down to the 40. Out of bounds at the 42-yard line. 11-yard gain on 3rd and 1.
What he saw here was Florida going to an 8-man front with the corner creeping in. So he ran the power play away from that corner creep, and he had the right play again, dialed up by the quarterback.
Now Connor comes in at fullback. He is to the left side. There's the quick flip, and that's a nice defensive play. Wandy Pierre-Louis reached his left hand in and knocked the ball away.
You mentioned that Andre audibled about 50% of the time last week. Some of those were the help of the coach, but most of them, talking to the coaches for Kentucky, was on his own, including the game winner was an audible that Andre dialed up himself.
Second down and 10, 2 wide left. Keenan Burton had a tough game last week. He's wide right. Here's a little flip out to Dixon. No blocking help, and he's able to get out of bounds with a gain of about 1. Tony Dixon, his 10th catch of the season. Again, Raphael Little, who was the leading ground gainer for this team, out for the second week in a row. A thigh bruise that he suffered against Arkansas in the win on the road. So Little will not go. We'll see 3 running backs today. Dixon will be the first. Derek Locke, a true freshman, one of the heroes of the win last week, will come in, as will Alphonso Smith, a sophomore. 3rd and 8. Blitz coming from Brandon Spikes. Perfect, Dickie Lyons. They picked up the middle linebacker and gave Woodson time to find Lyons. That's a gain of 16.
Dickie Lyons is quickly becoming the Wes Welker of this offense. He's going to be in the slot and come across right here. Great protection up front. Florida actually brings an extra player. They're playing a zone blitz, but look at Dickie Lyons run right by it. He's deceptively fast.
And that's a first down 10 inside Gator country at the 40. Dixon again, the only setback. Here's the handoff to Dixon. Little adjustment at the line. And he gets to the 35-yard line. Well, on the Florida sideline in his 3rd year, Urban Meyer, 43 years of age. His record after a week open, either the beginning game of the season, a bowl week, or an open week, his record as a head coach is 22-2.
Not bad.
And of course, Florida had an open week after their loss 2 weeks ago at LSU. Second down, Woodson looks back toward the sideline. Randy Sanders, the quarterback coach, is the man with whom he's communicating. Woodson inside, caught. That'll leave a 3rd down. Rich Brooks in his 5th year here, 66 years of age. Enormous pressure to let him go.
Right.
Last year, even when they lost to LSU 49-0, but they turned the ship around. Mitch Barnhart elected to keep Rich Brooks, and my goodness, the dividends have been great.
It was a courageous decision by Mitch Barnhart, and it's paid off for this program.
3rd down, second 3rd down in this drive. Here's Woodson with the change again. Looks out. Now Keenan Burton looks over at Randy Sanders. Joker Phillips, the coordinator's upstairs. Nice block. They go deep right side. Lyons is there. Touchdown, Wildcats. Mastay will hold. The kick is up. Good.
Pump and run. Dickie Lyons, who's quicker than Jock Rickerson and maybe just as fast, beats him on the line of scrimmage. He won in the first 3 yards of that route. Kentucky showed Florida the full arsenal. Screens, took long passes, 7 points.
Nice little trifecta we've got going here, this little round robin, as LSU Tim Mastay kicks off, and he has boomed them this year. That's his 15th touchback, despite the new rule that forces teams in college football now to kick off from the 30-yard line. Empty backfield. That's Harvin. Now he joins Tebow. Here's the option, and Tebow keeps it, breaks the first contact. Oh, yeah, he might be responsible for that.
Well, I was down on the field before the game. They're out there in those stretchy shirts, you know, and the guy looked like Hercules. I got to get me one of those shirts. I think it's the shirt.
You think so?
I think it's the shirt. I'll tell you, he's a 400-pound bench presser. I know Florida fans know this, but regular followers of quarterbacks in football should not believe any of that. 400-pound bench presser.
Well, look at the rush yards for the season. That was prior to the last run. More than 26 other quarterbacks in the conference combined. As Tim Tebow again goes out of the spread. Eric Rutledge, the fullback, is in. They fake the handoff to Harvin, go left. Nice job by Trevard Lindley out on the corner. Lindley having an outstanding year in this, his sophomore season.
Yeah, he has been the steady guy that Steve Brown, Rich Brooks, the head coach and defensive coordinator, can depend upon. He comes up and gives you just about what you need every game. There's no dips, there's no peaks, there's no valleys. He's a sophomore eligibility-wise, but he's very experienced. He sat out a year, he redshirted a year, he's been here 3.5 years.
Only played 3 games his senior season at Hiram, Georgia, because of a kneecap injury. 3rd down and short. Here's Tebow with a lot of now the pressure comes and Ingram makes the catch out on the left side. That will be a Florida first down as Ashton Cobb makes the tackle, number 27.
Well, we all know that 1st and 2nd down has something to do with how well you can convert 3rd down. On the last drive that Kentucky scored, they were 3 for 3 on 3rd down. Florida is not running a lot of plays as an offense. They're averaging 64 per game. One of the reasons is their defense can't get off the field lately. And second is they've been having big plays, but no sustained drives like they're trying to do here.
Lewis Murphy on 1st down breaks wide to the right. Here's Harbin again. They hand it off this time. He comes to the left. Keaston Moore with a block. And Harbin is spilled close to a 1st down at the 36-yard line. Percy Harbin averages almost 12 yards per touch, running and receiving.
Well, the key is the tackle right here gets a good block. That's how you get around the end. If you get a block by your tackle on a reach block, Jason Watkins does a nice job to get around the end. That type of running attack without Tebow, that's the key. Can Florida run the ball without? We know Tebow's going to get him. Can they give him something else?
Murphy, Moore, and Ingram go wide right. 2 men bottom of the screen, one of whom is Jared Faison. Here's the option play with Faison. Well, there's no option. Tebow didn't even glance at it.
The Alabama really putting an old-fashioned whooping on Tennessee, and the leaves begin to turn game there. Burn.
Whoa.
Most important thing now is Florida controls their own destiny to get back to the championship.
2nd down. Here's Tebow. Fakes it, pulls it up. He'll keep it. Remember prior to the Tennessee game? Well, let's check the standings first.
Tennessee, you see it, and they get a loss now. That means Florida has a chance because they beat Tennessee in a tie, in a deadlock. Florida would get their nod to go to the SEC championship. So without Tennessee losing in the East, Tennessee controlled their destiny. Obviously, Kentucky does. There's other teams, but Florida now controls their destiny again. Even though their 2 losses were in the West.
Right. 1 to Auburn, 1 to LSU. 1st down and 10. Brandon James is in as a running back now. They flip it out to him right side. He's got a block downfield and hauled down from behind by Braxton Kelly, number 56. Kelly with the key stop on 4th down in triple overtime last week.
One of the factors for Tebow is because he scrambles. Watch here how slow Kentucky comes off. I'm worried, I'm worried, I'm worried. See that? They're not getting that upfield rush that they used against LSU. Right now they're going, coach said, don't let Tebow get out of the pocket. Kentucky's front 4 is going about 60% off the line of scrimmage.
9th play of the drive for Florida. They trail by 7. Faison, high school quarterback, listed as a wide receiver, but used more as a running back. He's only got 2 catches this year, but that's his 10th run of the season, and it will be 3rd down. Just amazing how this season is working its way out, and who expected Tennessee to get blown out by Alabama?
No one. I mean,
wow.
especially when you have problems with players before the game, and you kick some off the team and you play like that.
3rd down and 4. Tebow juggled and caught That will be a 1st and goal as Lewis Murphy, number 9, makes the grab.
If Braxton Kelly, middle linebacker, had a little better ball skills instead of going for the hit, he could have broke up this play. Braxton Kelly goes for the hit on the play. Ball pops up in the air. If he could have just kind of looked up and made the play, he could have stopped it. Ashton Cobb was there, but the middle linebacker needed to make the play.
Gary was alluding to the suspensions of 5 players at Alabama announced just prior to their game with Tennessee. Violation of a textbook policy, and they were suspended. 1st down and goal. Here's Tebow, option left, pitches. Andre Caldwell gang tackled. He does get to the 10-yard line, but that's a loss. May officially be no gain. And Kelly limps off. So Micah Johnson takes his place.
One of the keys that Kentucky's using is number 29 right there, Eric Rutledge. When he's in the game, they're playing run and option. You can see it, the Kentucky players are really flowing, and no matter how well you run it, you pitch it, you've got that many guys there, it's not going to work. One of the keys, one of the tips, or you want to say tells if you're a card player, is at 29 in the game, they're playing run.
2nd down. Keaston Moore, number 33, goes in motion. Here's Tebow, pulls up, left-handed, lets it go. Ingram, touchdown, Florida. Going to his right, pulling up, and fires it perfectly. So the play is under review.
It was a 2-man rub to the outside. 2 people rubbed to the outside. You see Tebow rolls right, sealed off inside, opens up, throws it nicely. And I wonder if they're seeing if he stepped out, obviously, is what they're thinking. That looks pretty clean. He had the ball in both hands when he got across.
Replay official today is James Allison. The referee is Thomas Ritter. And
Ingram goes about 6'5" and has great reach. Former, obviously, basketball player for the Gators. That was an easy rebound and touchdown. I think that's clearly a touchdown.
Yeah, I can't imagine what is in dispute.
No. Really nice double pick to the outside that time. The field is
confirmed. Touchdown.
Tied at 7.
Well, you're going to see the problems for Kentucky. There's Ingram. There's the guy that's covering him. Now watch what happens. The 2 receivers come down. Ingram out in the flat. It's a nice little pick play to the outside. Nobody doing anything wrong. Nice little easy rub off. Good catch. Nice called play. Well executed. Kentucky did not have an answer. They need to play a banjo on that, where the outside guy takes somebody, the in guy side takes somebody, and they don't just go man to man.
Yeah, he was told by Urban Meyer, if you make this field goal from 52 yards out, you got a full ride. He made it. Here's Keenan Burton, the senior, and he's banged down as he gets to the 23-yard line. The stop made by Brandon Hicks, number 40. You know what he means.
Sure, it's 2 tough offenses to stop.
1st down and 10. Snap is back. Woodson pulls up, goes, he's got a man open, and Steve Johnson, I think he should have had that one. Maybe a little too high. Well, Kentucky has lost 20 successive. That's a tough thing to say. They've got Mississippi State at home. They're doing fine historically against them. At Vanderbilt, at Georgia, haven't defeated them in 30 years. And Tennessee.
Yeah.
2nd down. Woodson back, 4-man rush. He fires it out. Nice catch. Boy, that was a nifty catch by the fullback, John Connor. The pass a little behind him and high.
It's interesting. The scouting report on Connor is he's the better blocker. Brenner is the better receiver. You don't get a better reception this from the fullback. How about a one-hander behind you to move the ball? That's a fullback, ladies and gentlemen.
Sophomore from Westchester, Ohio. 3rd down and 2. Three wide. Markey Anderson threatened to blitz, now comes back outside. Now he moves inside. He's coming. Woodson goes the opposite direction. Johnson has it. And while we've got a moment, let's go back to last weekend and take a look at Home Depot's tool for success.
Well, that last play was one of the tools for success. A quick pass where you just get the ball in and out of your hands. They've also got the pocket pass that takes about 3.5 seconds. The play action pass that Andre is so good at, and the rollout. Those things combined have been a very effective weapon for this Kentucky offense. You'll see, we'll go back and look at the stats from LSU last week and see how they used it.
Woodson off to a terrific start, 7 of 9. Hands it off this time. This is Tony Dixon again. Quick opener. He found a huge hole, and he's out to the 43-yard line. 11-yard gain.
Great balance in this offense, and Woodson starts it because of what he does in the offense. Last week, you can see it. 3 for 6, 8 for 18. They used all of the weapons, but the bottom line, 0 sacks allowed. Those 4 weapons is what kept that LSU defensive line off Woodson.
Dixon's run gives Kentucky a first down. Here's Woodson back. Great time. Right side for Johnson. He's got him. This Florida defensive secondary suspect, particularly at the corners. And they give up another big play here.
If you watch here, Burton and Johnson, this guy's going to catch the ball, but Burton is just as open. When you throw the quick passes, all of a sudden you have the long passes. The top of the screen's open, the bottom of the screen's open, and you've got an NFL quarterback throwing the ball. Nice offense.
27-yard gain. Handoff left side. Dixon. Derek Harvey hauls him down or makes contact. Dixon is able to slip it and pick up positive yardage. Andre Woodson was really relegated to a second string status in the spring a year ago behind Curtis Pulley, but then he captured the starting job, and he's really matured as a quarterback.
Yeah, he has. It was a little bit of a message, a little bit of competition. Either way, he's reacted to it. Now, just one point. The guy who hasn't been involved so far, Tammy, the tight end, he will get involved very quickly.
Play action. Woodson. Hauled down.
Andre Woodson.
Derek Harvey leads this team in sacks and had that unforgettable performance in the national championship game against Ohio State last year, and that is his 6th sack of the year.
It was a really interesting call. I'm not sure if Woodson checked that or not. They had Demario Ford on the field, so really they had 3 out of their 4 best receivers not on the field that time, and they kept Tammy in. It's not a real good play formula for success.
3rd down and 11. Timeout.
Timeout.
Timeout with 1:50 remaining in the opening quarter. 3rd down, 11. Kentucky 4 for 4 on 3rd downs so far. Only one of them was a lengthy one. That was 3rd and 8. Play action. Woodson. Oh, boy. Jermaine Cunningham, yes.
That could have hurt. That could have hurt Woodson. Cunningham had 17 tackles against LSU. Bent Woodson around on that play. I think Woodson knew they were faking the blitz and stayed with the play, but Cunningham, defensive end, is unblocked on the play. And watch him get bent. His left ankle and knee, boy, that got twisted below him. And you know, that's one of the guys that they can at least afford to lose. Obviously, their starting quarterback.
Longest field goal this year for Lonas Sieber was 48 yards. If he makes this, it would equal that one. Here's the kick on the way, and it is no good. 89-yard drive for the touchdown that tied this one up. Now they've got a first down at the 30-yard line. Tebow, they ride it on the dive play, and Keyston Moore, number 33, picks up a couple. And let's go down to Tracy, who's got some information on Tim Tebow.
Yeah, guys, just something to keep an eye on. After the last drive, Tebow came off, walking up and down the sideline. Assistant trainers quickly looked at his hip. He did not make any mention of it to the head trainer, but it is something to keep an eye on. Also, cornerback Wendy Pierre-Louis taken to the locker room with a shoulder injury.
All right, Trace, thank you. 2nd down and 6.
Both quarterbacks nicked early.
Tebow fakes the run, pulls up, goes deep. He's got Louis Murphy down there. Stride for stride, caught. Touchdown, Gators. And they beat the best corner, Trevard Lindley. A perfect pass. Last year, we saw that same connection, same play. Tebow fakes the run, pulls back, finds Murphy, who's got great speed.
The most devastating play in the arsenal of the spread is a play-action pass play to yourself.
Joey Eos on to try the extra point. Gators lead 14-7.
Watch how devastating a play. Florida actually pulls a guard on the play. Watch this. Right guard is going to pull. Tebow takes a step in. Play action pass to himself. The most devastating play in this offense. When you have a quarterback that can outnumber you with nobody in the backfield, and then you've got a 4-3 guy to the outside, puts it right on the money. Florida's offense has been more diverse. You can tell the bye week has paid off.
Tim Tebow, 66 yards. Longest touchdown pass of his career. Louis Murphy on the other end of it. Longest reception of his career. Alfonso Smith has gone deep now for Kentucky.
And if Kentucky doesn't figure it out, it's going to be the longest day of the year for Kentucky fans.
Here's the kick, short, taken by Keenan Burton. And nice return out to the 37-yard line. Take another look, Gary, at the touchdown.
Safeties read guards to tell them whether it's a run or pass. Watch the free safety, Marcus McClinton, right there. When the guard runs, just keep your eye on him. Watch what he, I'm in, I'm out, I'm turning, still in the middle of the play. There goes the guy right down the middle of the field, Murphy. That's what a devastating play that is to safeties.
And as a result of that connection between Tebow and Murphy, Florida leads by 7. Final play, first quarter. Woodson has 4 men out. Tony Dixon is the running back. They fired out. Keenan Burton makes the catch. And will be close to the first down marker. And Woodson, again, pointing out the defense. He hands it off quickly, left side on 2nd down and 1. Well, Kentucky and Florida both in control of their own destiny. Earlier today, South Carolina loses at home to Vanderbilt, and Tennessee gets whacked in Alabama.
I don't know which one's more surprising, to tell you the truth, but you know what's happened in this game is the plays that LSU was not making last week. Remember, underthrown balls, overthrown balls, drop passes. Florida's making them now. They're making the plays. That's what you have to do. Yards are available against Kentucky's defense, but can you make the play?
3rd down and 1. They'll hand it off, and the off-tackle plunge left side. Tony Dixon appears to have gotten the first down. First down at 47. Excuse me, Gary.
It's a twofold drive here for Kentucky right now. They need to take some clock off the field. Their defense is a little bit gassed, and they obviously have to put points on the board, but they'd like to do it 11 yards at a time if they could.
3 wide to the right. Florida employing a nickel defense. 5 defensive backs on. 4 men down and 2 linebackers. Woodson, the handoff to Dixon. Does a good job of protecting the ball, and there's a fine game by Tony Dixon.
Because of the alignment of all the wide receivers, the linebacker walks out of the box. That's the key. Linebacker out of the box. You've got numbers inside. That allows the run. Without the right number of defensive backs in the game. When Kentucky goes 4 wide receivers, you're forcing Florida into zone defense, and right now Kentucky has the numbers they like in the run game.
Dixon close enough to dictate a measurement, so the chain comes out from the far side. It's good. First down. And Dixon gets a rest now. First time today. Again, Raphael Little, the leading ground gainer, not playing because of a thigh bruise. And so on the field right now, Derek Locke, a true freshman from Hugo, Oklahoma, who carried 20 times for 64 yards in that triple overtime win last Saturday against LSU.
Still no Tammy in this game. He's an important part of the offense, especially without Little.
Tammy, lower part of the screen. Where's number 18? Now, here's the change. They all look back at Randy Sanders, the quarterback coach. On first down, quick setup. Woodson, nobody open, throws it away. Derek Locke came to Kentucky on a track scholarship. He was an outstanding sprinter and long jumper. This was his long jump. Well, you saw the end of it. And here is the sprint. He was timed in 10.6 seconds at Hugo, Oklahoma.
Now, he is a track scholarship that is now on a football scholarship, but he was recruited by a lot of schools as a defensive back. What he held out for, and Derek was right, was to be a tailback. That's what Kentucky signed on, and that's why they've got Derek Locke.
Second down and 10. Eric Scott snaps it back. They hand it to Locke. Locke goes right side. Great effort. Interesting when you asked him, Gary, about ball security yesterday.
He hasn't fumbled a lot. He's been money with the ball. And I said, hey, have you been always in your career? Have you never been a fumbler? He said, oh my, I had fumbled 7, 8, 9 times in high school. I decided to put 2 hands on the ball. Major Wright is going to put a hit on him. Does he protect it? Yes. 2 hands on the ball and runs right through a big hit by Major Wright.
3rd and 5. Hayden is late getting over to cover the slot receiver, Kenyon Burton. Here's the audible again from Woodson.
Here's a nice matchup down to the bottom of the screen.
Locke comes left. Close for the first down at the 32-yard line.
Yeah, this would be a decision for Rich Brooks. I don't think he made it. Saw the matchup right there. Tammy, a former wide receiver, on branded spikes, an inside linebacker. Bounce out play right here. You watch him bounce out to the outside. Inside handoff, bounce out play, good block to the inside by Gary Williams, and it'll be a 4th down decision. Florida defense has had about enough of these 4th down makes. Are they going to get a stop?
Remember, in their loss at LSU 2 weeks ago, the Tigers were 5 for 5. He got it. That's Locke, right side. At what point, if it happens, do you quit being a true freshman?
Well, I think at about this point of the year, he's become so dependable now that Rich Brooks says, I'm going to get him in earlier in the game. That's a dependable football player. He doesn't fumble. He falls forward. He picks up blocks. I mean, he probably does it all but catch passes right now.
First down and 10. He's the deep back in the eye this time. They play fake. Woodson goes right side. Rickerson is beat. Out of bounds. They had Jock Rickerson, and Steve Johnson caught it out of bounds.
Well, going down the right sideline, play action pass. Quarterback's job is to keep that ball on the playing field. Johnson's open, catches it, right foot, left foot, right foot. His right foot came out. The question is, did he have his left foot down when he caught it? I think that might be reviewable. That ball seemed to be in his hand. If I was Kentucky, I'd slow snap it.
Well, they do snap it. Here's Woodson back, pressure's on, he pulls up, he's not a runner, despite the fact that he scored from 12 yards out last week, and Brandon Spikes makes the tackle with Derek Harvey.
Let's take another peek at this one. Right foot is in. Oh, he must have. His left foot comes down on the line, I guess. The
right
question was his left foot on the line? Yeah, clearly on the line. I got too excited on that one. Guy wide open in the end zone. I thought he might have a chance for it.
3rd down and 10.
Interesting, Tammy was wide open down the middle of the field, too, for an easy score.
Florida's got 8 men up. Good protection. The pass behind Dickey Lyons. It'll be 4th down.
One of the factors here is Kentucky's going to go for it, Vern, is it's a slightly into the wind.
It would be a 46-yarder if they tried the field goal. And Lona Sieber has missed one today from 48 with the win. So on 4th and 9, here's Woodson. Deep in the corner again, he's open. But Burton had to adjust the pass over his outside shoulder.
Well, that's 2 of them by Andre Woodson that if he keeps in the football field, they're touchdowns. Right now, Tebow and Florida are making the throws. Woodson on opportunity throws is throwing it out of bounds. First thing you say on a deep ball, keep it in bounds.
Florida has the ball and a 7-point lead with 9:40 to go, first half. Tebow. Drew Miller will snap it back. He keeps it, does Tebow, and a nice defensive job. Well, Tim Tebow under Urban Meyer. The other fine quarterback out of Utah was Alex Smith.
Yes, Urban came with the offense, but look at the difference that's been happening with Tebow compared to Alex Smith, who was the center of the Utah offense at quarterback. 46% of the rushes so far this year have been going through Tim Tebow. That is a huge number. 26%, and Smith ran a lot for Utah. That's how this offense has got it tilted so far towards Tebow.
Aaron Hernandez is in as an extra tight end. There's the play fake. Tebow rolling to his left. And he'll tuck it and run. It'll be 3rd down and 5.
That's why Tim Tebow is making a run, even though as a sophomore you wouldn't think so. In 2 losses you wouldn't think so. He's making a run at the Heisman because he's so integral to this Florida offense. He's really doing it all. I mean, those yards right there, he really is the offense, whether he scrambles or runs or throws. I mean, he's got the ball all the time.
Had a high on the ground of 166 yards. That was at Ole Miss when late in the game he kept screaming, "Give me the ball."
Yeah, you bet. This is a big stop for Kentucky.
3rd down, Keyston Moore is the running back. Percy Harvin starts in motion. Tebow under pressure, they got him. Dominic Lewis, number 20, was the first man there.
Kentucky only brings 3 players on this one. They drop a tackle. Watch it, they line up 4, but watch the tackle drop. One of them drops right in the middle that time. It was big 98 Myron Pryor that dropped, so a 3-man rush. It fooled Tebow. That defensive tackle was right in his throwing lane again. What a changeup by this Kentucky defense.
Chaz Henry is on to punt. There's that note. He's punted once. It was a fair catch. Nice block on the rush. Here's Burton backing up. And for the first time this season, yards have been gained on a punt return against Florida. Trivia question of the week. Sometimes he's tardy. In 2001, who replaced Urban Meyer as Notre Dame's wide receiver coach? That was the year Meyer got his first head coaching job at Bowling Green.
I did games in 2001 at Notre Dame. They were called wide blockers back then. They didn't catch any passes.
1st down and 10. Tony Dixon back as the running back. He gets the carry and gets a couple of yards. Offensive coordinator of the Kentucky Wildcats. He played here back in the 80s. Joker Phillips.
There he is, leaning forward right there. That's Joker right there. Great shot of him.
Wide receiver coach at South Carolina, along with Charlie Strong, who was the defensive coordinator there under Lou Holtz. Right side, Woodson has a man open. That's the tight end, Jacob Tammany.
Wow, finally. Interesting thing about Joker Phillips, He took over the job in 2004 with 1 game remaining in the season. His first move as offensive coordinator was to move Jacob Tamme to wide receiver to tight end. That day against Tennessee, he caught 5 passes, 55 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He's gone on to be a first-team All-SEC tight end in a tough matchup for anybody in this conference.
Tamme out of Danville, one of the 3 married players on this team. Here's Dixon. Well, they are moving against this Florida team. They've had 2 sustained drives where they came up empty. The only touchdown came on the opening drive of the game for the Wildcats.
What's happening to Florida right now is if they don't put pressure on Andre Woodson, they're having a tough time stopping this offense. The problem is corners. Pierre-Louis is hurt. I mean, you've got secondary guys. Rickerson has been beat for a touchdown. Marquis Anderson's been not healthy until this game. Charlie Strong does not have confidence in his secondary.
First down after that catch by Jacob Tamme. That was the 100th catch of his career. Here's Dixon going right, and it'll set up a second down. Second down and 9 here.
Cal is the perfect example of what I hate about the BCS. They lose 1 game without their starting quarterback, and they might not have a chance to play for the championship.
Are you suggesting that there's things wrong with the BCS?
Yeah, there is.
And there's a running play that goes absolutely nowhere. Well, last Sunday night, the BCS standings revealed for the first time. What catches your eye there?
Well, what catches my eye is there's a couple teams that don't belong up there because they already had lost. Let's take those guys out of there. And it's kind of like dominoes. Everybody's going to shuffle up. But you know what happens this year is there's more teams involved than ever. I think you can take this thing all the way down to there to Auburn still being alive.
And Kentucky rated in the BCS standings at number 7. First time in the school's history. Blitz, spikes. They find Dickie Lyons, but he can't get much. A fumble, and that's a live ball. It's recovered by Florida's Jermaine Cunningham.
Dickie Lyons felt he was down. That is a reviewable play. They let the play go, so it's reviewable of whether he was down. Quick screen to the wide receiver. Dickie Lyons gets hit. Boy, his elbow came down. I did not see if the ball popped out first.
It looked to me it came out when his elbow hit.
His knee's down. That ball's still in his hand. That should be reversed.
That's got to be reviewed. Reviewed and reversed, I beg your pardon. So it is under review. Dickie Lyons. We talked to Dickie Lyons Jr. yesterday. Said, what is your dad doing now? He said he's Magnum PI.
That's right.
After review, the ruling on the field is reversed. Video evidence shows that the runner was down at the 36-yard line. It'll be 4th down.
Best matchup right here. Tamme on the linebacker.
3-man rush, zone blitz. Woodson right side has a man open. Caught. First down plus Steve Johnson.
You said the most important thing, Vern. 3-man rush. When you don't get pressure on Andre and you're just hoping that he misses him again, look at that matchup. Look at the cushion by Joe Haden. He's already been beaten deep. That's about as easy as you can get on 4th down. Another 4th down conversion against this Florida defense.
That was a gain of 24. The handoff to Dixon. And he is caught for a modest gain, if any, by Derek Harvey, number 91. Clock showing under 4 to go in the first half of play. This Kentucky team, they got the big help they needed when South Carolina was knocked off by Vandy. And Tennessee loses at Alabama, so both of these teams in control of their own destiny. Second down and 10. Florida with 4 down this time. That's Dixon in motion wide to the left. Woodson, straight drop back. Underneath pass, Dixon. Caught and dropped at the 12 by Brandon Spikes, number 51.
Look at the plays. The clock has been controlled by the Kentucky offense. A little bit by the defense. They gave up a big play for a touchdown, but look at that, 38-20. That's keeping this Florida offense off the field again. Remember, they're only averaging about 64 plays a game.
3rd and 7. Johnson goes wide right. Lyons Jr.'s in the slot. Demario Ford is at the bottom of the screen. 3rd down. Woodson back. Goes in the end zone. Was that ball tipped? No, just a bad pass.
Yeah, it was. Came out of his hand high again. That's about the 3rd time that Woodson was either anticipating a throw or not. Now, we talked a little bit about his funny delivery. I'm giving up on this delivery. The guy throws too many good throws, but the elbow comes out. That looks perfect now as he lets it go, but it kind of just flies on him. Too high. I don't know what he was expecting. I don't know what if the receivers crossed him up, but he obviously wasn't throwing it to the spot he wanted that ball to go to, or the receiver was not in the spot he thought he was going to.
Lona Sieber missed one from 48 at the other end. This one from 27. Kentucky needs to get something out of these offensive possessions, and they do. As the sophomore from Knoxville, Lona Sieber, 1 for 2 today. Brandon James and Keyston Moore are the deep men. Kentucky with another double-digit drive in terms of number of plays. They've moved the ball almost at ease against Florida, but in the last 3 possessions, they've only come up with 3 points. Here is the kick, and Brandon James will return it from the 1 to the 25 to the 40 to the 50. Out of bounds. Huge return by Florida's Brandon James.
See, that's why I think if you're Kentucky, you got to really think about that strategy. Kicking into the wind, Kentucky just assumed they'd get a touchback the way those balls have gone, but not into the wind, and James takes it. He is a threat. We saw him do it against Tennessee, and now, you know, I thought maybe a squib or a pooch kick, give him the ball at the 35. Look what's happened here now. Constant decisions that these coaches are making throughout this game that have ramifications.
61-yard return by Brandon James. Great field position now with 2:28 to go before the break. Tebow. That's Rutledge, the fullback. And here's that handoff to Keyston Moore, left guard. Well, while we've got a chance, let's invite the Duck back and give you the answer to the trivia question. In 2001, who replaced Urban Meyer as Notre Dame wide receivers coach? He's up in the press box.
Joker Phillips, how about that? Joker's going to be a head coach one of these days. Will he kind of take over here at Kentucky? Will Rich Brooks anoint Joker as the next head coach someday, way off in the future?
Inquiring minds want to know.
Well, the next wave of head coaches are coordinators now, and Joker is one of those guys.
2nd down and 6. Here's Tebow. Goes left, has a man open. That's complete to Andre Caldwell. Caldwell out for 4 games. The best wide receiver of the group of outstanding wide receivers for Florida.
Right. We talked to Andre before the LSU game, and he told us he was 100%. We watched the beginning of the game and said, we don't think he's 100%. Now we find out we were right. He said he was about 80, 85%, and he's telling us he's 90, 95% this time. He looks like he's back.
1st and 10 with 1:40 to go. Gators have all 3 timeouts remaining. Three wide right, 1 left. Here's Tebow. Underneath pass to Caldwell. Stumbles as he comes to the right. He's tripped up by Trevard Lindley, number 32.
Well, Lindley is a ball hawk, but he's also showed that he can make tackles on the field. He's had a number of them, and this was an important one because it kept Bubba Caldwell from getting out of bounds and forcing either a quick snap here or a timeout call.
2nd down and 6. And off Moore. Scrambles down to the 17, perhaps the 18-yard line. Braxton Kelly, number 56, makes the stop. Timeout is called by Florida. And that leaves 57 seconds remaining in the first half. How's Tim Tebow?
Well, he's doing real well. 8 for 9 passing, but he does it all. You know, he gives you that physical play that we talked about when he runs the ball. That opens it up for the short passing game. He's also going to roll out and hit his weapons, and then that devastating play-action pass attack where he can get the big play. Tebow has kept his Kentucky defense off balance. Now, 3rd and medium. Will it be the 3-man drop a tackle? Will Kentucky put pressure on him? Very difficult choice for Kentucky. They don't like the matchups in the secondary man-to-man.
Handoff to Harbin on the sweep to the left side on 3rd and 4, and he appears to have enough for the first down. Clock will stop as the chain is moved.
Find ways to get Harvin the football. That's one of the notes on Dan Mullen's card up in the press box. How can we get our playmakers the ball? One of them is to put him at wide receiver, motion him in, just run a sweep.
First down and 10. Tebow fires it. Ingram incomplete. 2nd down and 10. 40 seconds to go. This current opportunity set up by the 61-yard kickoff return from Brandon James.
2nd down. Playbook is wide open because Florida has 2 timeouts remaining. That means the quarterback draws, the middle screens, everything is available for Dan Mullen to feature on this call with 2 timeouts to go.
Dan Mullen, the offensive coordinator, 35 years of age, has been with Urban Meyer through the ride. Here's Tebow, pulls it down, fires it in the end zone, it's close, and it's incomplete. Intended for Jared Faison, and it brings up 3rd down and 10.
Well, I'm pretty surprised Faison doesn't catch this ball this time. A little bootleg pass. Faison is wide open. Ball is delivered right on the numbers. Faison peaks and does not catch that, and Urban Meyer is going to be upset. How can you not catch that ball? Rich Brooks says, ooh, dodged one there.
Indeed they did. Timeout is called by Florida. 34 seconds to go when we return. Gators with a 3rd and 10.
Neither defense can guess or predict what the other offense is going to call. And with these great athletes on both sides of the offense, it's almost impossible for them to get stops. 3rd and long. If Florida sticks it in the end zone, it will be a devastating blow for this Kentucky team.
They clawed back to within 4, then yielded the 61-yard kickoff return to Brandon James. Now Tebow and the Gators, 3rd and 10.
Great matchup with Ingram to the left side of the formation.
He runs into the end zone. They fire it to the goal line down at the 1. But that might be enough to move the chain. Percy Harvin with the catch.
Now in this situation, to keep your timeout alive, you should ground the ball. You don't need all 4 downs. Come up and ground it or run the sneak right now. Either way you want to do it.
1st and goal.
Yep.
Tebow stopped. 20 seconds to go.
That forced a timeout after that one. I'm wondering if Tebow did that one on his own because the strategy might have been the ground. It wasn't bad strategy to try to run the sneak right there when everybody in the building thinks he's going to just ground it.
Final time called by the Gators. We will step aside. 2nd and goal, a 14-10 Florida lead. 19 seconds to go before the break.
The jump pass formation right here.
Well, Tate Casey caught one against LSU out of this formation last year. Here's Tebow. It's the jump pass. It's a touchdown. This one caught by Aaron Hernandez. This is not the offense of the 21st century. It's the offense of the 50s.
Well, you got a lot of weapons. Hernandez catches this one. This was last year, remember? It was a double clutch. This time, same formation. You almost could see it coming. There's last year's again. When Tebow made an athletic play, this one was a gimme. Vern could have jumped up and done this one. Look at this one. That one was like ordering an omelet at breakfast. It was so open.
You ain't seen nothing yet. Wide smiles on that Gator bench. Tim Tebow and the tight end who caught it.
Look what happened. These Florida guys, you got to respect it. Tight end's going to pop out. So easy. Just jump it over the line. That's so pretty.
And again, you go back to
the kickoff strategy.
The kickoff, yes. And here's the squib kick. This will be Dickie Lyons Jr. Back to the 25, 30, and out to the 38-yard line. First down and 10. 21-10 Gators. Here's Woodson coming to his left. Under pressure. Dropped. Justin Tratu, number 94, with a big sack that puts the plug in the first half. Wildcat coach Rich Brooks.
Coach, so much talk about how this team would come out after last week's emotional win. How do you feel they've responded so far?
Well, I think we've responded well. We've missed a few open guys. Stevie steps out of bounds. We got a touchdown and he just drifted out of bounds. And we've moved the ball, but we haven't taken advantage of the scoring opportunity. So we've got to shore it up down there and punch him in for touchdowns.
How do you contain Tim Tebow in this Florida offense?
Well, I thought we've done a decent job of it. We gave up 7 points, mostly on a kickoff return, and we've got to shore that up as well.
Thanks a lot, Coach.
Joey Eos. And this will be Dickie Lyons Jr. from the 5. Back to the 20 and down at the 27-yard line.
Both teams at halftime are saying, score is 0-0. Let's just keep playing here.
Now Andre Woodson sacked 3 times in the first half. And off left side. A moment ago, Tracy caught up with Rich Brooks for an injury update. Trace?
Coach, we saw Woodson take a hit to the knee in the first half. Then Burton and Dixon went down. Can you tell us about their injuries?
Well, Burton taped his knee up, and he's going to try and see if he can go. Dixon looks like he's done for the day. Woodson's fine.
What is Dixon's injury?
It's an ankle. Don't know the severity of it. We did x-ray it, and that's negative, and that's good news.
Thanks a lot, Coach.
It's not good news overall, though, for the Wildcats. So Dixon will give way to Derek Locke, the true freshman out of Hugo, Oklahoma.
It is a big story because I talked to the Florida coaches, and they felt without Raphael Little, Kentucky's passing attack was about 20% easier to defend. That's how important Little was to the passing attack, and they felt it would be easier for them to match up with Tammy without Little. Now Dixon's gone.
And that leaves it to Derek Locke, the freshman who had a big game last week. And Woodson does get rid of it, and it's incomplete over the head of Brandon Spikes. And how about trends in the first half, Gary?
Well, we saw what Tebow did in the first half. He had an outstanding first half, obviously. It's not that Woodson completed 14. It was of the 6 that he missed. He probably had 2 big plays there, 3 sacks, none last week, and no penalty yards in this game. No penalties. Think about that. Last week against LSU, Florida only had 2 in that football game, back-to-back games.
Tim Mastay is on to punt, and Brandon James, who had an 83-yard punt return for a touchdown against Tennessee, is back to return it. Now we've got the pre-snap flag.
I think Kentucky flinched.
Prior to the snap, false start, 38, offense, 5-yard penalty, remains 4th down.
Mastay out of Murray, Kentucky, on the punt, and they do have the return all the way. This is a very poor punt. Out of bounds at the 46-yard line. Whoa. Florida Gator family is mourning the unexpected death of Michael Guilford. 19-year-old walk-on was killed in a motorcycle accident on October 12th, along with a young woman who was a friend of his, also a student at the University of Florida. Just one of the many issues that this Florida Gator team has dealt with, the death of a teammate, Michael Guilford. There was a pause for a moment in his honor before this game began. Here's Murphy out of bounds on the right side. And that's a quick pass to Tim Tebow. So Kentucky doesn't get what they needed was just some kind of sustained drive.
It's sure. And, you know, I notice about Florida, we've heard from the Kentucky coaches that when number 29 Rutledge is in the game for Florida, they're expecting the run game. I think Florida self-scouted themselves. Urban Meyer, they've run a lot of play-action passes with number 29 in the game. It's almost a Billy Lasco position that he's doing, Rutledge's, and that's kind of busting the keys. There is a deep ball available against Kentucky. They are squatting big time right now.
Well, it was close enough to dictate a measurement, so the chain brought all the way across the field. There has been one huge pass play. That was back in the first quarter, 66 yards, Tebow to Lewis Murphy. And it is a first down and 10 for Florida. Gary pointed out that both of these Gator losses were in the West, SEC West. They lost at home to Auburn, then that emotional defeat to LSU. They did have last week off, and it appears to have had benefits. Rutledge, left side. Here's Tebow. Now for more on Michael Guilford's death, let's go down to Tracy Wolfson.
Thanks, Vern. One way Meyer helped his team mourn was by having former NFL wide receiver and friend Chris Carter come to speak. Carter lost 2 teammates during his playing days. I spoke with him this week. He said he told them, all you can control is the dash between life. Enjoy it. Enjoy football. Don't take this time for granted.
All right, Trace, thank you. Second down and 4. Rutledge still in. Tebow in the spread. 3, load up to the left. Quarterback draw. And he pulls his way down to the 25-yard line. You notice there's a sticker on the back of the helmets being worn in honor of Michael Guilford.
A lot of defensive coordinators tell you that preparing for Florida's offense is like preparing for 3 different offenses in one. What he's done with Tebow and why he's so valuable, he's taken a finesse offense and made it physical because of this quarterback.
And again, he's out of the spread, 5 yards back. This is Caldwell, goes in motion. They hand it off. Caldwell on the sweep. He's got Keaston Moore in front. A missed tackle. Caldwell inside the 10. Braxton Kelly thought he had him. He did not.
You can see that this offense in this game has been dedicated to getting more people to run the ball. We showed you that stat in the first half that Tebow was running the ball too much. Florida has adjusted during the bye week, and they are committed to getting more guys to run the ball in their offense, and Kentucky just cannot find answers right now. They are on their heels on almost every snap.
Marcus Gilbert is an extra tight end. He's tight to the right. Hernandez to the left. Rutledge is the fullback. Tebow will run it. Look at that. I mean, it was a fine collective effort by Kentucky, but Tebow, when the shoulder goes down, the oomph goes south.
I think he looks fresher. The bye week has helped him, Tebow, more than anybody probably in the country. Taking all those hits in all these SEC games, he looks stronger. And look at that. That is amazing. You know, he's a glorified single wing quarterback who has 3 touchdown passes in this game.
Florida 21 on the ground, 14 in the air, and Tebow's career 1,007 yards, a 4.9 average. Second down and goal. Well, there we are. Oh, it's batted down, hit by Dominic Lewis, number 20.
Yeah, I think this is a touchdown if Lewis doesn't get a pick of it, a little piece of it. His right hand comes up, top of the screen. Watch him jump, put that right hand up, deflect that ball. Harvin was open on the play.
Third and goal.
Field goal makes it a 14-point game. Still a 2-possession game.
Kentucky trailed LSU in the third quarter last week, 27-14. Tebow with Caldwell in the slot. Runs to his left. He's got a man wide open. It's Caldwell. Touchdown, Florida. Flag is down.
I'll tell you, Kentucky's praying that this is an illegal formation here. Same play. There it is. Same play that Ingram ran. They just did it with different players this time. Two guys bump inside. The inside slot rubs off. Same play. This time Ingram's picking.
Illegal shift on the offense. Number 81. 5-yard penalty. Remains third down.
Coming across, these two receivers are going to come out for Caldwell coming underneath. Watch this. Same play that Ingram. This is an easy pitch and catch. And fortunately for Kentucky, it was either illegal shift or formation or something. So they have a chance to maybe survive this.
It's 3rd and goal. That's Harvin who starts in motion. They load up to the left side. Tebow hit, bounces off, goes right, fires, touchdown. Andre Caldwell from Tim Tebow. Tebow has thrown 4 in this game. Commonwealth.
That penalty is declined. Touchdown.
We are told that the play is being reviewed upstairs to certify possession.
Tries to go inside, holding on the primary receiver, gets out of the pocket. And does he catch it? Does the ball hit the ground? They're taking a peek at that one. Boy, big time. They had the matchup inside. There's the catch again.
And again, the official good
judge,
mechanics.
Yeah, back judge right there in position. He had actually so far the best look on this one.
The ruling on the field is confirmed. Touchdown.
One of the questions coming in was the effect of the emotional victory last week in triple overtime against Louisiana State. Would it affect negatively this bunch? And apparently it has.
Play was designed to go right here. There's Harvin. You're going to see the matchup inside against Wesley Woodyard. This is why it had to be turned down. There's the hold. Great call inside. That forced Tebow to pull the ball down and see a wide open Andre Caldwell just dancing and bouncing around. Tebow again is finding ways to make plays. It's great to be a part of college football.
And the kickoff by the Gators. Joey Eos is taken by Dickie Lyons Jr. Tries to find some room. He gets out to the 22-yard line. Tackle made by Brian Thomas. Bear Bryant, a coach here. Babe Perilli, he of the jump pass. Jeff Van Note, Art Still. Tim Couch, who is here in attendance today.
Babe Perilli was my first professional coach, my first professional head coach.
Really?
New York Stars in the World Football League. I made about $480 that year.
Here's Woodson right side. Catch is made by Steve Johnson, number 13. And the Wildcats, they trailed LSU here in the 3rd quarter last week, 27-14, but they seem to have a lot more energy in that game.
Yeah, I guess things were working better. I mean, Woodson's misses have really taken a toll on this game. When you build the offense around the quarterback and he misses, things don't work well.
First down, here's Woodson back. Goes deep right side. And again, this one just beyond the outstretched arms of Keenan Burton. Major Wright was defending. How about the misses, Gary, in the first half?
Yeah, we talked 16 for 20, but there was actually 3 plays. There's one right there, the catch by Johnson. Here's another one the ball lands out of bounds on. And then, of course, on down there when they were near the goal line, receivers and quarterbacks were not in the same spot. So on his 4 misses, 3 of them could have been points on the scoreboard for Kentucky.
Now 15 of 24, and it's 2nd down and 10. Derek Locke is in a tailback blitz, inside pass, caught by Jacob Tammy, the tight end.
I really don't understand why this guy's not dialed in on the game. I really don't. He's so valuable. He's so good. If you watch college football, when you have a guy, you got to live with some of the things he doesn't do. He's not a great blocker. So what you have to do is go to some of the things he does do well. There's a wide receiver screen to a tight end, basically, is what happens. He goes out, comes back in.
Christian Johnson.
Dickey Lyons flinched to the outside, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty.
Dead ball, false start. Number 12, offense, 5-yard penalty, remains second down.
Now Jacob Tamme, the Red Lobster Scholar Athlete of the Day. Guess who it might be? He graduated in 3 years with a 3.81 grade point average. Semifinalist for the Dratty Award, which will be determined and awarded in New York in early December. That is, of course, the academic Heisman. Day-Hall. Derek Locke. Almost got 15. He's gonna, I think, will be just short of the first down.
Inside trap block is what happens. You spring them. It's first and long. You're going to see it come across and kick out right here. Actually, it was the other way. Pardon me. Good block in there from the tackle coming down. Springs Lock and getting chased. You're not going to catch him, but Major Wright play in the eraser position. Doesn't quite do it like Reggie Nelson, but does make a tackle on the play.
Justin Jeffries, number 76, the man who provided the block. And they'll stretch the chain. He got a first down.
Wow, that's huge. That is huge. If Kentucky can get it to the fourth quarter within 2 scores, they're going to feel like they have a chance to win this game.
Locke will get a rest on this play, and Alphonso Smith, who's missed the last 3 games with a high ankle sprain, a sophomore from Louisville by way of California, is in the lineup now. Florida with 4 down. Woodson with the change. 10 minutes to go, third quarter. Right side. Keenan Burton with the catch, number 19. And this is the team that was waxed by Utah, I think.
That's right.
44-0, right? Second down from the 35. Draw play. Locke is back in there. He gets nada.
Yeah, big Brandon Spikes, who is Florida people will tell you is going to be maybe their best linebacker ever. He's really, when you look at him, he's the biggest guy on the defense. He's goes about 6'5" and is a tackling machine. He hasn't even learned how to play the position yet.
Spikes has 8 tackles today. It's third down, 3.
4-down territory.
Stunts by the Florida defense. Woodson avoids the rush, pulls up, lobs it, caught by Dickey Lyons Jr. That's a first down. Keenan Burton complaining about downfield activity.
See the 2 quarterbacks. Tebow's doing it spectacularly. Woodson has been coming on, thrown for 200 yards, obviously, but he is really, you know, the whole offense, he just has not been making the big plays. Last week, LSU did not make the big plays. This week, Kentucky's not making the big plays.
First down and 10. Locke, right side. 4-man Florida rush. Woodson holds it, has a man open, caught at the 5. Jacob Tamme, touchdown, 28 yards.
Just don't understand why they don't go to this guy more. I love that they're kicking the extra point here. 11 points is better than 12. You don't want to chase it, make it a 10-point game.
Lomas Seaburn gets the extra point. It's 28-17.
Beautifully designed play. It's a fake halfback screen. Watch all of the linemen go out. There's Tamme right there. It's a fake. We screen. There go the linemen out. There's the receiver coming back in. Lock. You fake it one way. You've got a linebacker matched up to him. A.J. Jones, he can't handle it. Fake the screen. Use the whole offense. And how about this? Hit the guy when he's open. Make a play. That's what's been missing.
Florida's got to have something to say about that, but a big, big drive for Kentucky. Now the Gators, late in the second half, they elected to kick it deep to Brandon James. Might they want to forget that and squib it? It's into the wind. There you are, onside kick, and he went 10 yards.
I don't know.
Oh,
I think he did. It's going to be a review here. I don't know if it went.
I thought he did.
It'll be close. I don't think so.
No. Antoine
Kicking
Brown.
team touched the ball before it went 10 yards. Therefore, we got illegal touching. First down.
I thought it did. Gary prevails.
Well, it's got to go right side, way out. Let's see if we can see any. Can't quite tell
There's
the depth
the
on that one. She's right on the line. It's going to be tough to you cannot. It's reviewable play, but this is not enough information. I can't tell depth on that look.
Not at all.
Will the replay official stop the game and try to wait for more looks? That's going to be the question. Yes, he will.
The prior play is under further review.
And that is this end zone.
I think he's short, but there's nothing there to say that's a.
No.
I mean, the call was short. I think he's short. The official, here's a blimp look at it. This official right here throws his beanbag short of the line. Oh, it's the next official, baby. Watch it right there on the 35-yard line. It's actually this official that throws his beanbag to the left of the line. He makes a left-hand toss on it.
I just don't think there's enough there to overturn the call.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. First down, Florida.
I'm just guessing now, but Urban Meyer was a little. Here's Tebow going deep, and he overthrows Percy Harvin. You got a glimpse of Urban Meyer getting a little emotional with one of his assistant coaches. Now he prides himself on special teams play, and I think if that was just what the heck were we doing?
Right. That's right. Good call. Good call.
Okay.
Pretty confident, was he? See, now, if that's on the other sideline, if you kick it to the left to your own bench, you can have your coaches and players working the official.
Tebow back. Across the middle. Caught. Caldwell starts left. Missed tackle. And out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Micah Johnson.
What a difference this Florida team is with a healthy Bubba Caldwell. I mean, he is so near top of your screen, wide receiver to the left, comes over the middle, zone coverage, one missed tackle, two missed tackles. If you want to judge a team that it was so easy to play real physical last week against LSU because LSU ran at them. It's tough to play physical against this Florida offense.
Brandon James is in at tailback alongside Tebow. Riley Cooper starts in motion. They flip it out for James. You get the idea that when he's on the field, there's a play designed for him.
Sure is. Flag went early. I don't know if it was
far side.
Someone in the neutral zone or an illegal formation again. Tebow was sure of it. Probably should take that penalty if it's 5 yards and you stay 1st and 5. How much did they get on that play? 6, 7, 8 yards? Or?
Yep.
Well, they're going to take that penalty, I'm pretty sure.
Which would give them a
1st and 5.
Yep.
Yes, because even if you get 6, 7 yards, you're better off with the down.
Left defensive tackle on the defense. 5-yard penalty.
Rich Book says, give me a number. Who? Who? Give me a number. Rich Brooks, longtime coach at the University of Oregon. Matter of fact, we're playing on C.M. Newton Field here, the former Kentucky athletic director. The field at the University of Oregon, Brooks Field.
I'll be darned.
Named in his honor. First down.
You got a big quarterback draw here, don't you?
I'm not disagreeing with your call. Well, or you could have him hand it off.
Same thing. You got to run a guy in. You start out and spread. You move somebody back, and you run the ball up the middle.
Largest crowd in the history of Commonwealth Stadium here today. 71,024, the listed capacity at 67,000. They gather on a beautiful October afternoon and watch the Kentucky team jump out to a 7-0 lead. Tebow threw for 2 to make it 14-7. With the score 14-10, this man, a jump pass to his tight end, Aaron Hernandez. It was 21-10 at the break. Right now, 28-17. There's Tebow.
He's like a basketball coach, the way he works the sidelines, don't you think, Vern? I mean, he's like, well, I was going to say Patino, but I want to make sure I can get out of this place.
Yeah, how about Billy Gillespie?
Yeah, I go Billy Gillespie. Yeah,
okay.
I knew Patino wasn't here. I was, I want to make sure I get off the elevator.
Yeah.
Someone grab me.
Well, they need a coaching box in football, maybe.
That's
huh?
right.
He was 3 yards on the field. Here's Tebow on second down.
Urban's trying to call timeout, and he's on the 15-yard line running out.
He's 5 yards out.
I think that rule has to change in college football. I think timeouts must be called with somebody on the field. I don't like this coach calling it out. That which leads to those last-second timeouts. Don't like it.
On the sideline, Percy Harvin, 28-17, 6:03 to go in the third. And where do you line him up?
That's right. That's part of the game plan. Not only do they get touches for Percy Harvin, they find ways to hide Harvin around the formations, in the backfield, in the slot going in motion. Different ways to get your playmaker the ball in this offense. Where will he go now? I think he's in the slot again. This is where he got the holding penalty last time.
And that freed up Andre Caldwell. Yep. He's in the slot to the left.
There he is, right there.
Tebow back. Fires it deep.
Oh, he dropped it.
Incomplete.
Oh,
Keyston Moore. All by his lonesome.
Harvin took 2 guys. Keyston Moore is wide open. Here's Harvin going across the formation. Keyston Moore, he had to knock that one down. Hit him right in the face mask for what could have been the 5th touchdown pass of the game. Huge play here. It will be a 14-point game if they can stop him. Harvin again in the slot. Number 7, Ingram, the other slot, both sides.
Here's Tebow back. Right side, Ingram cannot hold on. It'll be 4th down.
2 drops, 2 touchdown passes. Well, you think this is a touchdown. You're giving your ball slot one side, Harvin, slot the other side. A 6'5" guy that will catch that ball 95 out of 100 times. Tebow puts it right there. He should have 2 touchdown passes right there, and it's going to end up being just a 14-point lead if this field goal is made.
Eos is 5 of 7. He had one blocked in the loss at home to Auburn. A 21-yard field goal. And he puts it inside the right upright. But back-to-back drops. First by Keyston Moore, then by Ingram.
Well, those were 2 huge drops. I mean, let's say, that kept it a 14-point game. Think back, Vern. Big drop by LSU right at this time of the game. Zinger drops it for LSU, kept it to be a 2-touchdown game. That's where it is now.
And we just saw the drops. Subsequent Keyston Moore and then Ingram. Here's Lyons Jr. First down and 10, 5:43 to go in the third. Ball play. Left side, Derek Locke. Second down and 6 here. 31-17 Florida. Woodson goes right side. Joe Haden over the back and no flag.
When are you going to learn? You got to throw that ball the other way. You're never going to get that call over there. That Florida bench is not going to give you that call. Watch this. Clearly, he touches the receiver just as he reaches over the back. Look at at the coaches clapping in the background. Good play, good play, good play. On the other bench, it would have been interference, interference.
And it's 3rd down and 6. Woodson, pressure from the edge, pumps once, goes deep, caught. 1st down at the 46. Catch made by Steve Johnson, number 13.
Well, that was a pocket pass. They threw the quick pass on 1st down. Watch this front here. This is the pass rush that everybody feared. Look at that. Pump fake, stay. A perfectly delivered ball, but give that one to the offensive line. And that allows this Kentucky offense to do what they want to do, which means throw it a lot of different ways. Quick, pocket, play action, and roll out.
1st down and 10, and Woodson will throw. No, he will not. That's the 4th sack today. This one from Javier Estepinen, the often injured junior.
Well, last year's game was 6 sacks by the Florida defensive line, but that was a different defensive line. Those guys, controlled football games for Florida. 4 sacks today seems to be larger to me than the 6 sacks last year.
And this is an offensive line that yielded 0 sacks against LSU last week. One of the big differences in the ball game. Little inside screen to Johnson. He cuts left and is down at the 50-yard line. It'll be 3rd down. Tackle made by Major Wright, number 21.
When the pass rush comes, the adjustment is the wide receiver screen to the bottom of the screen. Watch here. Pass rush, you hit my quarterback, I'm going to hit you with one of these wide receiver screens right here. That's their answer. They don't have the option. They don't have a running quarterback. That's what they dial.
3rd and 7.
Boy, it took a long time to get this play back in.
4 seconds. He beat it. Right side. Again, it's Dickie Lyons Jr. He's got speed. Breaks the tackle. Foot race. Touchdown, Kentucky.
Kudos to that guy. He dialed up the perfect call.
Lona Sieber with the extra point. It's a 7-point game with 3:05 to go in the 3rd quarter.
If you know the blitz is coming, and here comes the blitz, you react by throwing the wide receiver screen. Here it comes. Man to man, you only need 1 block. You get it inside. I think it was Eric Scott, the center, got the key block. Dickie Lyons run through a tackle, and that's all there was to it. 4-4-3. Calls himself the Wes Welker of this offense. I'm starting to believe him.
7-point game. Here's the kick from Mastay. That chases Brandon James. There's another touchback. That's 16 for the season. Riley Cooper starts in motion. Tebow hands it off. They come right. Harvin flag. Late flag thrown by the field judge.
That was a big-time tackle that time. I think it was Shamari Moore made that play. Ooh, a penalty. I'll tell you, mistakes are starting to happen. It's a long football game.
During the run, holding number 86, offense, 10-yard penalty from the end of the run, replay 1st down.
That's Riley Cooper. Well, Gary mentioned the drop by Keyston Moore, and it brought to mind one of the key plays last week, the drop by Keith Singer.
This made it. It could have broke the game wide open. Singer has it, drops it, made it a 13-point game, kept Kentucky in the football game.
Out of the backfield, here's Andre Caldwell. Slides down at the 28. And there were memorably 2 drops on the last drive. The first by Keyston Moore, and then Cornelius Ingram.
Yeah, it's remember now this, instead of a 14-point game, add 4 points. 1 drop, 2 drops. Things happen, and then Kentucky comes right back and drives it down the throat and puts on 7 points. Bubba Caldwell is 100%. I'm telling you, if he's any faster, I want to see him play.
Second down and 2. Well, Tebow turned to fake it to the left. Keyston Moore went right. Well, the similarities here are getting a little eerie. Let's go down to Tracy.
That's true, guys. Not only is the crowd back in this, but the sideline back in it. Dickie Lyons Jr. with the game-changing performance. Last week, he went up to his receivers and he said, you guys, this is just like against LSU. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. And then he went back out there and scored the touchdown.
Rich Brooks with a pat on the shoulder told us yesterday, oh, here's a sideline.
No, it's going to be 12 men in the huddle. Illegal substitution.
Now, Thomas Ritter was
broke the huddle with 12.
Substitution infraction on the offense. Breaking the huddle with 12 players. 5-yard penalty. First down.
I'm going to see it. The 12th guy comes in. Watch, there's 12 guys in the huddle. One more guy. Harvin's going to leave late right there.
Yep.
There's the 12th guy that leaves late, and that's going to be an illegal substitution call. 1st and 15.
31-24 with 90 seconds to go, third quarter. That's Caldwell. Option play. Tebow keeps. Tebow is cut down by Jeremy Jarman. The fascinating young man whom we spent time with last week. Jarman, who interested in theater, interested in the diplomatic corps. Mentioned to you last week that he played the Colonel Nathan Jessup role. That's Jack Nicholson's role in the stage production of A Few Good Men. He also played Macduff in Macbeth.
You're way ahead of me in the reading. You're way ahead of me.
2nd and 14. Tebow caught and dropped. 3rd down. Well, remember we talked with Jeremy Jarman, asked him to deliver the famous speech, and here's his version.
You can't handle it because deep down in places you don't talk about at parties, you want me on that wall. You need me on that wall. We use words like honor, code, loyalty. You want the truth? You can't handle the truth.
And the truth is, right now, we've got a heck of a ball game.
Sure do.
3rd and 7. Tebow, Caldwell, what a combination.
Yep.
And he breaks it out to the 49-yard line, a gain of 13.
It's almost not fair. You got Harvin, you got Ingram, and now with a healthy, well, now that's the way you get away from a jam. You beat him at the line of scrimmage, and he just handled Lindley on that one. He hadn't seen anybody like Harvin like that before.
Vern Lundquist, Gary Danielson, Tracy Wolfson from Commonwealth Stadium, 31-24, Florida. Tebow on 1st down 10, pulls it back, rolls out, lobs it. It's caught by Keyston Moore, and he avoids a tackle and then is knocked out of bounds.
Well, you saw Tebow throw the ball again. He's been involved in this drive, but look, a couple of historical players in college football, Vince Young and Troy Smith. The passing percentages are about the same, 97% obviously, but look at the rushes. Vince Young rushed the ball 26% of the time for the team. Troy Smith just 15%. Tebow 46%. Tebow is running 2/3 of the offense, either running the ball or passing the ball. Those are uncharted water. That's why he's the front runner for the Heisman if he wins this game.
2nd down and 3. Quarterback draw. He comes left, gets a great block from Watkins on the left tackle spot, and he is out of bounds at the 37-yard line. We're back here in Lexington. I didn't think we could get this fortunate to get this kind of compelling game, but we have. What do you think let's talk about Kentucky and the resiliency they've shown again today.
Right. I never really buy into that not enough gas in the tank. I mean, this is a Kentucky team that had to play these same big schools when they weren't as good before. At least now they have talent and they can match up. They're not intimidated by anyone anymore.
Well, they're on defense right now, and Tebow has the Gators moving. And flag down. Seems to be, well, let's let Thomas Ritter straighten it out.
Dead ball. Encroachment. Number 1 on the offense. Lining up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
On this drive, 8 plays have been run. Tebow has either run or passed on 7 of the 8.
I'd rather expect that trend to continue.
Yes, I do too. But when you lose, you second guess yourself after the game because you said we used him too much.
He'll throw it now, or run it rather. And he's inside the 35 to the 33-yard line. Marcus McClinton made the tackle. And that's going to set up a second down. Tebow ran it 27 times in that win at Ole Miss.
And in this game, he's either thrown it or passed it 32 out of the 52 plays.
Second down. He'll run again. He stopped short. It'll be third down at the 28-yard line.
He took a hit on that one. He felt this one. Obviously, it's a called pass. Nobody open. Rides up in the pocket. Watch him take one here. Oh, he got it from Woodyard, really heavy, and kind of got up a little ginger. I don't know. Superman doesn't get up gingerly very often.
Now, did we confirm that he did play the role of Superman in a high school play?
I do not know that.
That rumor reached this broadcast booth. Third down.
Well, Harvin and Ingram on the same side in the slot right here.
Faison goes back next to Tebow. Jared Faison gets the handoff. He struggles and fights. And he's got a first down at the 24.
Sure does. One of my favorite players. I went out and watched Florida. It's almost 2 years ago now. Faison was a true freshman. He caught my eye right away. A high school quarterback. He's gotten so much bigger. Now he's half running back. Look him run through that tackle by Micah Johnson that time. That was a big play.
And a first down and 10 at the 24. This will be the 12th play of the drive. Thus far, 8 runs, 3 passes. 7-point game. Handed off to Harvin. He comes left. He's got blockers in front, and he's got great speed, and he has a touchdown.
So many weapons.
Joey Eos for the extra point. And with 3 minutes and 3 seconds gone in the fourth quarter, the Gators reestablish a 14-point lead.
Whoops, I missed him with my highlight. You get the idea. I'll give you one more chance right there. There he is. It's easier to do with the pencil than the highlight.
That's why they're hiding.
Handoff, same play we saw before. This time he just squirts through. Good blocking up front, obviously. That guy has got a burst that no one else has. When everybody in the crowd here thought that Kentucky taking control back into the game was a great answer.
Here's the kick. This will be Dickie Lyons Jr., and he drops to a knee. It's a touchback. She's here with her mom and dad visiting from Atlanta. First down and 10. Right side, Derek Watt. Gary Brooks, handheld camera person, and she was outstanding. I talked to her before the game. She's not sure she's going to come back to work. This will be her first child, and has a look of concern now as she looks down at the effort of her father's football team. 2nd and 7.
It's like a coach's daughter right there. She knows how to get intense into the game.
Derek Locke is a running back. Tony Dixon out with an injury. Right side, Jacob Tammy. And he is inbounds, and no flag. Joe Haden made the tackle. All right, Tim, thank you. It's 3rd and short. Oh, I don't think he got it.
He did not. He has to get to the line, and the foot is short of the line. He went way too high on that one. Way too high. He's a big guy, and he needed to get lower like a Tom Brady. Brady does it as well as anybody I've seen, finding the little crease here. I mean, this ball was almost touching the line. See how tall he is on that one? Ooh, are they going to go for him on the 30-yard line? Look at this.
4th and inches, 38-24. They've gone for it twice in this ball game and got one of them, but that was inside Florida territory. Converted to 4th and 9. Here's the handoff right side. Locke got it. Young man, as we mentioned, from Hugo, Oklahoma, just north of the Texas-Oklahoma border. A year ago this time, he was running for the Hugo Buffaloes.
Right. It really was you know, look at the score here, 14 points down, fourth quarter. You really have no choice. You got to go for it. Unless it's 4th and long, I suspect Brooks will go for it on every 4th and short.
On 1st down and 10 now, Woodson hands it off. Lock! Big hole! And he's out to the 50-yard line. Joyner and Major Wright combined to make the tackle. That's a gain of 18.
Same trap play they ran before. You just gash it inside. You're going to get a trap play. Run right up. I guess it was Leaguer that time that made the block, number 66. But either way, they popped it against an attacking defensive line.
Sophomore Alfonso Smith is the running back now as Locke gets a break. Play fake. Woodson from behind. Holding is going to be the call as Derek Harvey was taken down and Cunningham got there to sack Andre Woodson.
Cunningham had such a huge game against LSU, and this time he comes right around, gets held, and still makes the sack. Gary Williams over here, top left tackle, is going to be the one that gets matched up. Watch Cunningham explode, does a rip through, and you know, that's where you kind of wonder,
Holding,
will that ball...
Number 79, offense. A penalty is declined. 2nd down.
That's where when Andre reaches that ball back, that's when a player coming from the backside can cause that fumble. That was close that time.
Holding call on Gary Williams. 5th sack in this ball game. And again, the pressure. Little screen pass right side. It's caught by Alfonso Smith. But he only gets back to the original line of scrimmage.
Boy, it's almost like clockwork. Get a sack, throw a screen. They did it again. They did it earlier, and here comes the screen.
Woodson over 300 yards for the game. He said his career began to turn around when Randy Sanders, the former offensive coordinator at Tennessee, was named his quarterback coach. 4th coach he had in 3 years. Locke is back in. 3rd and 10. Pressure comes from Derek Harvey. He's got him. 6 sacks. As well. This is kind of a surprise,
right.
Gary.
Well, what's happening was a very long yardage again, and you get those guys teeing off up front. LSU really was not able to tee off like this. Cunningham wraps way around on this play. Look at this great stunt. Cunningham starts here. Watch him wrap around and come up. No chance to handle that. Cunningham fast enough to line up outside and then come inside to make the sack.
That brings on Tim Mastay with 8:20 to go. The punt hangs up. Brandon James will let it bounce. It does take a Kentucky roll and is out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Make it the 12. And Tim Tebow leads his ball club back on the field.
And he's doing it all. We saw that he was 66%, 67% of the offense. Today, his runs and passes, 73% of the offense, 40 plays. It's one thing if he was passing all the time. He's running and passing, an amazing statistic.
1st down and 10. Tebow hands it off up the middle. It goes to Percy Harvin. And Harvin driven back. Well, Tim Tebow is just a sophomore, but very much in the mix in a Heisman conversation.
Well, here's the quarterbacks that you have to look at first. Brennan, Dixon, Harrell, Ryan, Tebow, and Woodson. I think the winner of this game, obviously, one of the guys is out of it, but there's some other guys. The running guys get a shot. Everybody's talking Hart. I think Dorsey's going to have trouble now. McFadden needs a huge game, but Rice helped himself Thursday night. He's still in it.
2nd down and 12. Here's Tebow again. And he's cut down at the 11-yard line by Braxton Kelly, middle linebacker number 56.
Last time out, Tebow was having his right shoulder massage. Now watch where he takes this hit. Right on the right shoulder, and he went down. Now, it might not be this game, but remember, there's more games to come. And when he's that much of the offense, can he take it?
3rd and 10. Right across the middle. Caldwell can't hang on. He's popped by Marcus McClinton about the time the ball got there. It'll be 4th down.
Caldwell, I don't even know what to say. He's putting his mouthpiece in when he runs off the route, and he's lucky he had the mouthpiece in. I don't know what he was coming out. I had my eye on him going, what is going on here? He was coming off adjusting his helmet or mouthpiece or something. Still a football game.
Chaz Henry is on to punt. Demario Ford awaits the punt. Henry booms this one. That's well done. Good downfield coverage. Ford, though, with a slight chance to return it. Tony Joyner makes the tackle at the 44-yard line. 50-yard punt, 6 on the return.
They should go to a hurried up, not speedy, but a hurried up offense.
Woodson back under pressure again. Screen pass. Locke has it seen. Puts his head down, fights the yardage, gets out of bounds, and gives this crowd a spark.
Well, remember the last series ended with a sack, right? What's the play call, Vern? Screen. Yeah, that's how hard is this, you know? It's like the guys I play golf with. Every time they chip one, they wad a chip. Next time they get in that situation on the fringe, they putt it. Right? You've seen that before, right? The
24
little Texas wedge.
Yeah, you bet. On 1st down, Woodson. Got it, Tammy. The tight end is to the 11-yard line.
Holding.
Bring it back. Rich Brooks is 10 yards out on the field.
I was going to say that Woodson had a lot of time to throw this one.
Holding, number 79, offense, 10-yard penalty, replay 1st down.
Now, Gary Williams has had a tough afternoon.
It's this time again in, boy, I don't know if this one, I'm not sure if it was on Gary Williams 79 or not. That call is out here. Let's watch this. Inside move. Oh, I don't like that call. I don't like that call at all. That's a tough one.
Wipes out a huge gain. Here's a screen pass. This is Alfonso Smith, number 29. So they get 13 of it back.
Well, they need to hurry up and get to the line of scrimmage now. You got to think of the next. You need 2 scores. You got to think of the next drive. You want to save all your timeouts. Timeouts in college football are more valuable on defense than on offense.
Snap is back. 4-man rush. Deep left side. Steve Johnson comes inside and then gets to the 25-yard line. It's going to bring up a 3rd down. 5.5 to go. Clock running. Kentucky has all 3 timeouts remaining. Florida has used 1.
Jacob Tamme had the limp out of the game. He's really struggling with a turf toe.
Quick flip to Demario Ford after the left side. That does allow them to move the chain, and it stops the clock as he goes out of bounds at the 23.
See, I have no problem with you taking your time on third down, and you got to make the first down. You can't hurry up and give yourself fourth down. It was a very strategic and good use of the clock there.
Now, Tammy, who was described as gimpy by his coaches yesterday, is back on the field. And Derek Locke, the freshman from Hugo, Oklahoma, is the running back.
Keenan Burton has been quiet, number 19.
Woodson, nobody there. Now he finally lobs it out left side in the general direction of Steve Johnson. 2nd and 10. Well, earlier today, South Carolina upset at home by Vanderbilt. Georgia has the week off. They take on Florida next week. Tennessee, losers today. They were thumped by Alabama. Vandy at 2 and 3. So this one has some meaning. Here's the handoff to Locke, straight up the middle, protecting the ball. He gets down to the 14-yard line.
What a find, huh? I mean, you got a guy walks in here, brings his highlight tape with him when he comes here on a track opportunity, and he's come through there. Kentucky would not be where they are without him.
On third down, handoff to Locke. He darts to the left, cuts inside, gets to the 11. That's going to move the chain. 1st down and 10.
Now's the time to get up there and get ready for a play. Call one of your favorite plays. It's 1st down, clock is stopped. Hurry up, you should not waste more than 5 or 6 seconds to snap this ball. Beautifully done by Kentucky.
On 1st down, Burton and Lyons are right side. The handoff up the middle. Locke down to the 5. Derek Harvey makes the tackle. 4:09 to go.
Yeah, this is Tammy territory, and there's no Tammy out there, is there? Is he out there? No, he's not. This is Woodson checking off. He did not look over to the bench.
Drills it right side, inside. Incomplete. Intended for Keenan Burton. Wandy Pierre-Louis was defending.
Slant pass, matchup you want. Your go-to receiver, player off. This should be completed. Ball was way behind. You're not going to get that call. That ball was poorly thrown. I don't know if it was tipped or not, but you're not going to get that call. That should have been a touchdown.
It's 3rd down and 5. With 3:45 to go. Lyons and Burton to the right. Johnson to the left. Woodson into the end zone, deep, incomplete. Tony Joyner defending on this one.
And finally, will Florida get a 4th down stop? They have not do it. Now remember, there is no face guarding in college football. Tony Joyner's not looking for the ball from behind and hits him right in the back. Number 19, that is not a penalty.
Rich Brooks' team has a 4th down and 5.
Steve Johnson has been his money guy in these situations.
Woodson looks the other direction into the end zone. That's caught him. That is a touchdown.
It's going to be reviewed, but remember, there was an opportunity for Kentucky to get a 1st down on the play. It's either a 1st down or a touchdown.
And the question is, you know, the proverbial breaking of the plane.
Yes. Perfect guy to go to. He got the guy one-on-one on Tony Joyner. Referee standing right on the line on that play. Joyner got that late. Gets 1 foot over the line. Gets his feet into the end zone. Turns around, catches the ball. That's an easy touchdown. The ball and Dickey Lyons both break the plane.
We don't.
One more look. Well, that's pretty clear. Now 3:35. Kentucky 2 timeouts remaining.
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. Touchdown.
Yeah, no swimming, soccer, or golf today. Here's the extra point. It's good. And it's a 7-point game with 3:35 to go.
Double coverage to the top on Johnson, so you play 3-on-2 on the bottom. See, 3 guys right there, so they go 3-on-2. They bracket the outside guy, Burton. You go to the inside guy. What a job Woodson did. He knew Johnson was double covered. He knew one of the 2 guys to the other side would be single covered. He went to the one guy with one guy on him.
And so the Wildcats have clawed themselves back. They trail by 7. Kentucky trails by 7, 3:35 to go. In the SEC, Georgia got a successful one against Ole Miss. They'll pooch this one, and Brandon James picks it up on one hop. Out to the 43-yard line. First down and 10. Tebow pulls it back and throws it out after he faked to Keyston Moore. He finds Keyston Moore across the 50 to the 47-yard line.
How about that call, by the way? We thought it was going to be another one of these Tebow attack guys right here. That's how he's ran the ball. Most of it inside the tough yards, inside the tackle, right and left. A couple of them to the outside, but Tebow has earned every yard and carry today. How about that call? First down. I know that is a Dan Mullen call, saying, I don't want to give the ball. There's Dan in the middle, not sipping the coffee, or the guy not spitting out a little chew. One of the two, I'm not sure. Right? I'm not exactly sure.
That'll be short. Let's go down to Tracy for an update on Tim Tebow.
Gary, as you mentioned, trainers were looking at Tim Tebow's shoulder. They told me he's fine. They gave him some pills for the pain. But, guys, I have to tell you, from watching him on the sidelines running up and down, it looks as though it may be his back, his legs. He keeps stretching it. Not surprising with the beating he takes out there.
Second down and a foot.
I thought he was favoring his right arm running out there. He was moving his left arm, but he was holding his right arm still. I think if they run the ball with Tebow again, they will run it to the right so he can take hits. Well, that's his passing shoulder.
Yeah.
See, that's the problem here. I'll tell you, the last big run he made when he got hit, for the first time I've ever seen him, he winced. First time I've ever seen a wince from him.
Well, the Florida Gators today have run the ball 26 times. This guy has run it 18 of the 26. The running back has not run the ball once. Here's Tebow with a delay. How about that little bit of trickery?
I think he thought the play was called dead. I honestly, I do. I don't think he knew. And by the way, they did run that ball to the right so he didn't get popped. A cumulative effect on Tebow today. He's earned every yard. The physical pounding. There's one on a scramble. This is the one right there where he winced when he went down, and he's been holding that right arm steady ever since that.
Kentucky has 2 timeouts remaining. It's 2:20 to go in this one at a 7-point game. We have not had a turnover in the ball game. There's Keyston Moore's first carry of the day.
How to call? Yes. I'm sorry, got to call timeout now, Vern, and they do. You can't wait because you got to hope maybe on 3rd and long, Florida will try to throw a pass and stop the clock with an incomplete pass. That's your only shot.
Now time for the Ruby Tuesday player of the game. Tim Tebow, 17 of 25 throwing it, 4 touchdowns. He's run it 19 times for a total of 76 yards. Second down here.
He's going to run the ball here, I'll tell you that.
Whoa, how about that?
Wow.
And they go for the home run.
Wow.
Caught.
How about that?
Percy Harvin at the 2-yard line.
If he does not complete that ball, the clock stops, and the last time out, you talk about a coach that believes in his quarterback. The play-action pass again from the spread. There's not a guy on this Kentucky team that thought they were going to get a bomb on this play. deep ball when the game is on the line. Holy cow.
And so a 40-yard pass to Harvin. First and goal. Tebow. Touchdown for the 10th time this year on the ground. Tim Tebow, that's his mom Pam to the left, his dad Bob.
His first down pass and that second down pass are amazing calls.
Joey Ias knocks it home. It's 45-31. Tebow has now rushed for 10 touchdowns this season. 71,000 gathered here at Commonwealth today, and they've seen a quarterback contrast, Tim Tebow and Andre Woodson. And it appears Tim Tebow is going to come out on top. The Dickey Lions might have something to say about that. He's all the way out to the 42-yard line.
And I saw it with Vince Young. Now I'm seeing it with Tim Tebow. It's when a guy controls a game like this, it is something to watch.
Here's Woodson under pressure. Flips a little pass out to Derek Locke. He comes right and gets out to the 50-yard line. Well, the Wildcats of Kentucky suffered through some miserable years. Turned this thing around last year after they lost to LSU. Wound up 8-5. They go into the Music City Bowl. They are bowl eligible again, having won 6 already. Here's Jacob Tammy, the tight end, and he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock.
And in a strange way, because Kentucky came back and played well in this game, and people watch this game, it's going to help Florida's strength of schedule, because they're going to say, you know, if they blow out Kentucky, people say, well, it was just one of those things with LSU. Kentucky's not a great team. But now they line up and play Florida strong. This is going to give more credence to Florida being one of the top 10 teams in the country still.
Second down and 7. Locke is in. Woodson up, goes deep. Nice catch inside the 30 at the 26-yard line. Steve Johnson. 57 seconds to go. Clock stops while they move the chain.
The only chance, ironically, that Kentucky had a chance of getting back in the game was a touchdown by Florida, because if they'd have taken a knee, the game would have been over at 7.
Here's Woodson, play fake, hands it off. It's not a fake. And Locke, that's his 14th carry this evening. Dustin Doe makes the tackle. Well, Florida
gotta take a timeout here, don't you? Oh, they got an injured player for. No, they did call a timeout.
Well, it's time now for our Wrangler 5-star play of the game. The call, Nick Huber of the Florida Gator Radio Network.
Second and goal. Tebow in the gun, takes the snap, wants to run. Now jump pass into the end zone, wide open. It's a touchdown. Aaron Hernandez, the recipient of Tebow's jump pass in the end zone, and the Gators lead 20-10.
That jump pass just before the halftime. Wildcats with a second down. Woodson, incomplete, intended for Locke. Clock stops at 35. Rich Brooks, 66 years of age. Mitch Barnhart elected to keep his services in the face of mounting criticism a year ago, and lost opportunity today, apparently.
I think there's a lot of coaches in college football that are doing that. Oh my God, just one play here, one play there. It could have been any way. They could have been still in this thing.
On third down, the pass is complete to the tight end, Jacob Tammy.
Got to get up there and ground it now. Just throw it into the ground. Stop that clock. You don't even need a call here.
Offense is set. Ball is marked ready for play, and they'll heave it into the end zone. Right side over the head of Dickey Lyons Jr. It'll be second down. In his career, Urban Meyer has never coached teams that have lost 3 in a row. Only once in his career has an Urban Meyer coached team lost back-to-back. Twice now. Happened this year with the loss to Auburn and LSU. It happened previously in 2002 at Bowling Green. Second down. Keenan Burton to the 5. Can't stop the clock. They'll hustle and try and get one more play.
What a great game played again by both of these football teams.
3rd and 2. Woodson still looking. Touchdown, Kentucky. Keenan Burton, the senior who grew up in Louisville. And the game is over.
You got to kick the extra point here, don't you? This is regulation play. Not surprised. Great play. Great player. Still looks to me like he's holding his right arm to me a little bit.
Tim Tebow for the day, 18 of 26 for 256 yards and 4 touchdowns. Florida wins it. We'll see you next week. Georgia, Florida in Jacksonville. Good night, everybody.